Hi, I'm Sally. Welcome back to Drive-In Dishes. Today we're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to make pizza. So not quite the Egyptian dishes that we've been doing before, but we're going to make the pizza appropriate for fasting. And what I like to do is I like to go get pizza dough from the supermarket. You can make your own pizza dough at home, but I find this much easier. A lot of the supermarkets now have dough ready to go raw. And I will get the wheat or the multigrain, make it a little bit healthier. But you can do white. They have a variety. So we're going to start out with our wheat dough. And first I have a pizza stone here. You don't need a pizza stone. What you can use is just a regular baking sheet. And we're going to just put a little bit of olive oil on our pizza stone or baking sheet, so that the pizza won't stick. The dough will just come right off. So we're just going to brush very lightly with our olive oil. I have a total of a tablespoon of olive oil here, so I'm really not using that much. We're going to use a little bit more on the crust of the pizza to keep it from burning. Okay? All right. You can use a rolling pin. You can also just use your hands. It's not too hard to spread out the dough. If I'm going to use a rolling pin, I'd brush that with a little bit of olive oil as well, just to keep it from sticking when I'm trying to roll out the dough. So we're just going to roll it out here. And usually what I'll do is I'll start out by rolling it and then just take over with my hands, just to make it a little bit easier. When you're rolling, you want to start out from the center, and this is with anything, not just pizza dough, but with pastry dough. Start from the center and roll out to the sides to make it nice and even. And you can decide whatever toppings you want on your pizza. I got olives and green peppers and mushrooms, but you can do anything you like. We're going to use some non-dairy cheese, some vegetarian cheese. You could also use some non-meat pepperoni slices. There's a variety of vegetarian options out there now. So we're just going to finish rolling up our pizza dough. Right up to the edge there, make it nice and even. All right. And we'll shape it nicely here around the edges with our fingers. Make it pretty. Okay, the next step is our pizza sauce. This is not pasta sauce, this is pizza sauce. A little bit different consistency. We're going to spread it all over. Oh, and before we finish doing that, let me just spread a little bit of olive oil around the edges of the dough. Almost forgot to do that part. Because this is the part that's going to be exposed to the heat, so we don't want it to burn. Just a little bit, so I didn't even use my whole tablespoon of olive oil. All right, let's finish putting our sauce. And, use as much sauce as you want or as little. Don't use any if you don't like sauce, but I like sauce. And we're going to take it right up to the edges there. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I'm going to put some green peppers. Now some people like the vegetables, the toppings over the cheese. Some people like them under the cheese. I personally like them under the cheese. This is just one green pepper that I've coarsely chopped up. Green peppers shrink. You know, they have a lot of water in them, so they're not going to be this big and chunky when we take it out of the oven. And then I've got some chopped black olives that I've drained. You could also just use your olives, whatever olives you have at home, and just chop them up. And we're going to put some mushrooms here. These are already sliced. These are just white button mushrooms. And again, mushrooms have a lot of water in them too, so they're really going to shrink up when we put them in the oven. Oh, that's good. And then I have about 8 ounces of this lactose-free, dairy-free veggie shreds, it's called, mozzarella flavor. And I'm going to pour the whole thing on here because I like a lot of cheese. I'm going to try to make it even. Okay, we're going to put all this in the oven at 450 degrees. It'll take about 15 to 20 minutes before it's all done. And you'll just watch for the cheese to get nice and bubbly. I'm going to put the whole thing just like this. And then we'll be back with the finished product, okay? All right, welcome back. We're about to take our fasting vegetarian pizza out of the oven. And we've baked it for about 20 minutes at 450 degrees and waited till the cheese was browned on top and nice and bubbly. And that's going to be fantastic for lunch. But Hannah with Shifa, we'll see you with the next episode.